Hello, my name is Nikolai, and in this video I want to show you EDD Toolbar. EDD Toolbar is an Excel add-on. It's a toolbar that lives right inside of Excel and allows you to work with data such as directory lists, backend ranges, and OPT files right within Excel file. And normally you would work with such data inside a text editor like a TextPad or Ultra Edit, but working within Excel is much easier and convenient. Let me show you how it works. First thing I'll do is I'm going to go to a blank Excel workbook and I'm going to click on EDD Toolbar. Here you'll see all the tools that are available to you. First tool I want to show you is File Lister. I'm going to put my cursor in the first column and then I'm going to click on File List. Next I'm going to paste a path where my documents are, which I will grab from Explorer. And now I have a directory list of all the Enron data that's available. Well, that was pretty easy, right? That's just a dir list. You can type it up on the command line and load to Excel. Nothing fancy here. But let's see what else we can do with it. So I'm going to select some rows and I'm going to say, why don't you extract file name and extension into a separate column? There we go. Now I can run tally on document extensions, or I can just see what files I have. Now let's say something happened and some files got renamed or moved around, and you're not sure if this file list is still good. So I'm going to change names of some of these, and I'm going to run this tool called File Found. And here it tells me that these two files are no longer found on the disk. So imagine if you had an OPT file that lists lots of images and suddenly some of them don't work. Well, that's a quick way of scanning through it and seeing what is actually missing. Let's remove the ones that we renamed, clear this column, and let's get a file size. So now we have two columns. One column contains byte size of a file, so we can precisely add the counts, and the next column contains more of a human readable format. Okay, now that we're done playing with files, let's try to simulate some Bates numbers and see what we can do with them. I will delete this column and I will make up some numbers. ABC001, and I just create a list. Well, one thing you can do is you can split Bates number into prefix, number, suffix, and how many digits documents is 0 filled to. Now let's say we need to change a prefix for a couple of them, so maybe we want to do this and change that, and maybe change some numbers around, and then we can go back and we could join them back together. So what we quickly did is we took a Bates number, we took it apart into its constituents, prefix, number, suffix, and 0 fill. We modified each one individually and then joined them back together. All right. Let's remove some of the numbers. And I will pretend that this is a list of begin doc numbers. Well, what if we want to know what the end number is? So we could do a formula of the last document minus 1 and put it here, or we can just drag here and say generate end doc. And there we go. Now we know what the ending document number is. We can select, and we can also calculate page count. And if some of the documents are missing, we can do a gap check to see which ones are missing. And once we're done working with numbers, we can use a save to dat feature, which will export selected region of Excel into a Concordance compatible DAT file using concordance delimiters. So you don't have to save it to a CSV, search and replace, or just use CSV hoping there are no commas in text. Last thing I want to mention is that there is a small difference between some of these tools. Some require you to select the entire column and others just a specific rows and columns. For example, a path Bates number that we used and file name, you can just highlight the entire column and the tool will work just fine. However, tools that have asterisks after them require you to select specific range of cells. I hope this quick preview gives you some idea how easy it is to work with directory lists and Bates numbers right within Excel. Thank you for watching.